This was our war room throughout the night of Ike, and this is where we were doing a lot of our pre-assessments for doing Gustav and Ike. Of course, we worked out through Katrina and Rita. This was our main center communications hub for the Gulf, and obviously we had the roof began to cave in and water coming up everywhere during Ike, and now I'm hearing they're trying to condemn our building. So we're actually having to move out of all of our offices, trying to salvage everything. We haven't missed a beat though. We forwarded all of our phone lines to a temporary offices at a church here in Houston who's given us some extra offices, and we're trying to stay fully operational. Been on conference calls every day, talking with people out in the field, and it's just an overwhelming thing when you get calls from our partners in different parts of the community that are saying we need water, we need food, we need generators, we need help. And it's just difficult when we can't meet every need. But we are having good news and all the bad news in that just to see the people coming together and just get back to as much normalcy as they can while there's still a lot of areas no electricity. But we're determined, because God's going to give me a word for weeks that God's not asking for what we don't have. He's asking for what we do have. And in the feeding of the 5,000, he said, don't tell me that you can't feed the people, you feed them. But we don't have enough. He says, how many fishes and loaves do you have? He wasn't asking for what they didn't have. He was asking for what they did have. They had a few fishes and loaves. They thanked God for it, and it multiplied. They had leftovers. And I'm believing that as we continue to thank God in the midst of all the things that we all go through, the body of Christ will continue to shine brightly, and that we will truly be a light that shines, a city set on a hill, as the body of Christ becomes part of something bigger than themselves. And we're hearing that all over. We've got reports coming in from Somebody Cares Cleveland, Texas, Humboldt, Metascaseta, from Somebody Cares Southeast Texas and Beaumont, checking it out and assessing Orange County, Orange, Texas, and Port Arthur, and First Baptist Kirbyville, which handles Somebody Cares Jasper, Newton counties. In fact, Pastor Charles and Beverly Burchett were on our conference call earlier and saying, Doug, there was lines. People were promised food to come in. It didn't come in. We did get one truckload, but it was not enough to feed the lines of people. She was going through the lines and saying, I'm so sorry, we won't have enough right now. And they began to say, it's okay, because there's greater needs in other places, and because Somebody Cares has been so good to us, we know there's other needs in Houston and other places. We can wait. And that's just the gracious of people all over the Gulf. We got a call today from our director of Somebody Cares in Southeast Texas out of Beaumont. Same story. They're hearing people desperate coming up saying, please help us, please. And yet people are still grateful for whatever they can get. Thank God for the spiritual connection of God's people out there praying and bringing comfort to people in the midst of their difficulties. You know, I'm rejoicing in the Lord, and I'm rejoicing in the body of Christ. All of our wonderful partners. We've got a call from our relationship with one of the radio stations, and there's an 18-wheeler of water coming in. So thank God for the 18-wheeler of water. We have an 18-wheeler of ice coming in tomorrow. Thank God for that ice. Thank God for the pastors calling me from all over the community, and individuals calling saying, we need help, we're available, we don't have power yet, but if you need to use us as a staging area, if you need to use us as an outpost, use us. And that's just the body of Christ coming together. Now we just need manpower, we need gift cards, we need water, ice, food items, anything of resource. We need cleaning supplies, and we need volunteers to come in and just be staged and be patient to be staged all across the community to help out how they can. Even got a phone call from a friend of mine who's a city councilman here in Houston, Texas, saying, Doug, we need ice, we need water at some of our points of distribution pods, and so we're trying to help them tomorrow as well. And we got information about connecting to the mayor's office in Galveston, and so I may be going through there as well. Some of our other partners have already gone through there yesterday to get some assessments. I'll be hearing back from them today as well. So it's coming together, and it's just taking time to get the resource and the manpower to do it, but it's happening, and working with tandem with local and state agencies, federal agencies as well. I think all of us, the church being an asset to the community, is going to be a win-win for all of us. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter who gets credit. It's a matter of getting the needs of people taken care of, getting people back to normalcy of life. And in fact, International Bible Society and Music for the Soul and others have contacted us. They're sending us thousands of literature to help people through post-traumatic stress disorder, people coming in to volunteer their counseling and medical needs as well. A friend of mine who's a medical doctor has a warehouse in Houston. We'll be getting supplies there. We're asking another medical doctor friend of ours if we can use their mobile medical unit. There's just so many needs, and it's so overwhelming in the natural, but in God we can do it all together as we thank Him for what we do have, even if it doesn't seem like enough, and quit looking at what we don't have. He will multiply it.